3, 2, 1.
We're live. It's Friday. It's almost the 4th of July, which is the greatest holiday ever.
It's up there.
I mean, it's like Christmas and 4th of July for me.
Yeah.
I'm
Easter's good. Thanksgiving's a good one. That's also super American.
Yeah. I just got to say 4th of July Independence, yo. I'm Elisha Krauss.
I'm Michael Knowles.
And you are watching Friday Live. We have to recount all of the comments that came in because last week our question to our audience was, what do you think the names or the title ideas are for the Obama's new Netflix deal that they inked and Oprah's new Apple TV deal that she inked? And we got some pretty interesting ones that came in. Would you like to read this one?
Oh, that's strong. Abomination. Mm-hmm.
But like, you know, yeah, let's not.
Do you get it?
Do you get it,
guys?
Somebody said lies and deceit. Another person said no hope. Another person.
Well, that was a racist one.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the racist
Nobody
one.
wants that.
Another abomination, ostentatiously
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Would it be Stranger Things like 2A or 1A,
Yeah.
like season 1? Double O Socialist.
Strong.
That's a clever one. You get charismatic misinformation, and you get charismatic misinformation. Disaster, a history of the worst presidency in U.S. history. The criminal and the posture. Cool.
Which is which?
Some strong. We're not rich. We're relatable, which is insane because they are incredibly rich.
They are some of the richest people, yeah. But you don't make any money in the presidency unless you're a Democrat. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Everyone else is expected to
Yes.
lose money when they're in public office, except the Clintons and the Obamas.
Yeah, we got a lot of abominations. Oh, that one's also inappropriate.
Yeah, a little, not great.
You say it.
1.5 men. That's not nice. That's very, very mean. That's not nice at all.
How I almost destroyed America. Just kidding, I did. I don't care. Do you? How I met. No.
That one was Islamophobic. You can't be that.
Nopra. People are saying Nopra. I got a lot of Dumb and Dumbers. Ivy League without the classes.
All right, they're not all winners. They're not a lot of clever people out watching. Not everybody.
Not everybody can be a winner. But, you know,
okay.
that was it.
You know, hey, do you know, because comedy is very hard. Do you know why I'm so good at telling jokes?
Wait.
Timing. Anyway.
I was going to say, you're really good at telling jokes. You know who ain't good at telling jokes? Stephen Colbert. But that guy had an interesting guest on last night. His name was Michael Moore.
You know, Elisha, I always watch the Stephen Colbert show.
Yes, religiously, right?
Religiously. And everything that Michael Moore's on, I gobble it up.
Yep.
So, but could you just refresh my memory of what happened on the show?
What happened was, even though Stephen Colbert obviously hates Donald Trump, it was pretty interesting because he almost was distancing himself from Moore, almost in the sense of when you talk to Tom Arnold and he was talking about Trump being a Russian spy, you're like, really now? He didn't speak for you. But Colbert's a pretty big leftist, but he was really awkward in this interview. And the big news, and it's trending on Twitter right now, is that Michael Moore has announced his new documentary. And his new documentary is going to be all about Donald Trump. And, you know, he's playing with words here, folks, because the name of the documentary is Fahrenheit 11/9.
Do you get it? Do you get it? It's a pun. Do you get the reference? Donald Trump is as bad as the terrorist attack that killed 3,000 civilian Americans.
Yeah, and that guy on Twitter.
Do you get it?
Have you seen him lately? He's saying that the Capitol Police are making mass arrests on protesters yesterday at the Senate committee hearing, of course, because we had Christopher Wray and Rosenstein.
Susan Sarandon was protesting.
But it's like,
right,
I remember seeing a handful of people protesting, but I don't remember seeing thousands of people protesting, and I definitely don't remember mass arrests. But of course, this is coming from a guy that's saying that we should shut down ICE.
Right,
So what's next? The American
mass arrests,
military?
that's wishful thinking, is the mass arrests. Get Susan Sarandon out of there.
Man, if all the code pinkers could be mass arrested, they are so annoying.
You know, it is worth, because it's easy to make fun of Michael Moore, it is worth pointing out that title of that documentary, 11/9, right? Not November 8th, November 9th, when Donald Trump, we all knew he was president. That is horrifically offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, that is so horrible.
I didn't even vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You did.
I voted for him twice, so I made up for both of us.
Yeah, you probably found some dead person's name went in again. Which I'm sure happens all the time in California.
Yeah, you know.
But I didn't even vote for Donald Trump, but it is so offensive to the thousands of innocent Americans that lost their lives on 9/11.
Yeah.
It is beyond. And I really do think somebody tweeted, and I wish I could give credit to whoever tweeted this, but they said, I guarantee you that the what the hell is the left doing? I'm going to vote for Trump in 2020 vote is now larger than the never Trump vote ever was. And I have to say, Yep.
You're in.
It sure
You're
is.
in.
It sure
Totally.
is, because things like this are absolutely disgusting. Here's the info that Michael Moore says about his new documentary. The synopsis is, quote, Michael Moore's Fahrenheit 11/9 is a provocative and comedic look at the times in which we live. It will explore the two most interesting questions of the Trump era. I'm going to edit this out for our audience. How the F did we get here? And how the F do we get out? It's the film to see before it's too late. Bum, bum, bum.
Before it's too late.
Like
Ooh.
before the First Amendment is removed by the liberal members of the Supreme Court?
That's right.
Like,
yeah, but that's right. But if Hillary had won, what would happen to the First, Second Amendment right now?
Exactly.
It's funny with him, though, because I have seen a number of his movies. He is a good propagandist. He is an engaging propagandist.
Mm-hmm.
When you take 2 seconds to think about anything he claims in his movies, you realize it's absurd on its face.
Yeah.
But he can spin a yarn. He actually is pretty good at it.
This is why I tell people, like, any documentary that you watch is not all fact.
Yeah,
Like any, but
certainly
there's
not.
so many people,
It's an
especially in
understatement of
this
the year.
world. We talked about the Netflix and you know, Apple streaming deals. There's so many documentaries and so much information that is free at people's fingertips, or available for much cheaper than a $15 ticket to go see a Michael Moore film.
Yeah.
And I think that people need to remember, do your research, because whether it's a documentary that agrees with you or agrees with the other side, it is definitely influenced with opinion.
Speaking of propaganda movies that are no good and you should avoid.
I knew you were going to say that.
You liked the second Incredibles movie.
So now we are going to debate, and be sure to take our Instagram poll, because Michael wrote a really inappropriate, more tinged piece with the crazy. I mean, that's how crazy it was, folks, because he thinks that The Incredibles 2 was feminist propaganda.
Not that it was feminist propaganda. I'll state it very clearly.
I think it was adorable and wonderful and pro-family and awesome.
What I'll state it clearly is the Incredibles sequel was like fine compared to all of the other stuff that comes out of Hollywood. But compared to the first movie, The Incredibles, which was a superb movie, an excellent movie with complex characters living out real life problems that we can all relate to, the second film was shallow, it was feminist, it destroyed the character complexity, and it was a film about nothing. Whereas the first film is a film about something. It's a film about a midlife crisis. It's about this guy, right? Mr. Incredible. He had all his glory days in the past. He always say, I work alone, right? And, he'd hang out with his buddy.
And then he realized that he needed his family to help him.
Right. He settles down.
No,
But hold on, Elisha, hold on. So, this is just the first movie. He realized in that first movie, he's just going to settle down, get a house in the suburbs, a wife, a desk job, 3 kids and a car, right?
Yeah.
And he's miserable, like so many guys are when they give up their glory days. He's trying to relive them. He hangs out with a pretty younger woman. He goes and hangs out with his buddy late at night. He's lying to his wife. His wife is worried that he's cheating on her. But then he realizes, he says it explicitly, he says, you're my greatest adventure. And they all come together, and they all have foibles, they all have flaws, and they come together at the end. And even, by the way, the name of the villain, Syndrome, is about sin. It's actually about the original sin of pride. And all it's
getting real deep with a movie made for 5-year-olds, folks.
No, but that movie could be seen by anybody. The second movie is a movie for 5-year-olds.
No, it is so good.
Now, what is the character flaw of the wife in the second movie?
The character flaw of the wife is the constant, and I can relate to this, is the constant tug of career and family. And
but what is?
And what do you do?
That's her struggle, but what is her flaw? Can you name a flaw? The trouble with the first movie, everybody has their flaws.
Okay.
The second movie, the wife doesn't have the flaws. She
you don't
does
think that
everything.
She has any flaws?
No, not in the name the flaw.
See, I actually think that. So here's the spoiler. My biggest argument for it not being a feminist propaganda movie is the person that is trying to push that. Oh, Elastigirl, isn't it nice to be in the spotlight again?
This is a little bit of a spoiler.
This is a little bit. I'm trying not to. The person that is always pushing that agenda ends up being the bad guy.
Sure.
And if you pay attention from the very first moment that this person starts to say, well, don't you want to be the center of attention now? Isn't it time for us women to work together? Ends up being the person that is very bad. And so to me, it shows that message of, no, family is important. They all come together in the end. Sure. She misses the kids. She needs the kids. I don't think it's this feminist propaganda that you think it is.
It's got good messages in it, absolutely. But the question of the movie is, also it kind of undercuts the first movie. In the first movie, she explicitly, the wife wants to settle down, wants to stay at home, doesn't want to do the superhero. She does too.
You see that struggle.
No, she says, there's a little bit of a spoiler, so close your ears for 5 seconds. She goes, I got the bad guy on my own. This was so fun.
Of course you'd be excited about that.
But she wouldn't have been in the first movie.
But yes, she would have.
She explicitly wouldn't have. She said, I don't want to fight bad guys anymore in the first movie.
She says that in the second one too, but she does it because it's her or nothing.
I don't think that's true.
That's our time's up timer.
All
But you
right.
guys need to weigh in. If you've seen the movie, and even if you haven't, just vote for me because I'm right and you know Michael's wrong. Go to Instagram right now and check out the poll. Is Incredibles 2 feminist propaganda or not?
You know it is.
I don't think it is.
Obviously.
We shall see. You should go see the movie. It's really cute. Mainly just for Jack's powers.
You should definitely see the first movie. Even that, we could go on about this for 2 hours.
I know.
But you should definitely see The Incredibles. That's a great movie.
So, does anyone know what a social media influencer is?
Well, you're looking at them, folks. You're looking. What's got 2 thumbs and influences on social media,
And
right?
a check mark.
And
so,
a check mark.
Michael, we're going to toss up the picture right now. Michael went to this influencer mural.
So
it's
stupid.
here in LA. It is a marketing shtick by people don't know who, but they think it's a new YouTube show.
Yeah, new like
And
YouTube
so,
TV show.
So
yeah.
people, it is guarded. So tell us about your experience there real quick.
I got to thank you for this because I wouldn't have even seen this. You said, Michael, there's a social media mural. Only people with the check mark on Twitter
And
can
more
go
than
in.
20,000 followers.
And you have to have 20,000
Yep.
followers. Then you can go in and see it. I said, I'm there. I'm on my way. Let's go. If I can feel like a cool guy in Hollywood even once in my life, I'm doing it.
And I love that they totally set it up for like the Instagram models and not thinking of a man that wrote a blank book.
This Gavone shows up. I'm like, hey guys, I'm an influencer. Let me in. Where are my models? So we go. There is a tarp, like a whole tent, blocking this mural. And so I go. There's this great guy, Kasim, was the security guard. I got a photo with him too. So I showed him the thing. He let me in, and I looked, and I saw, and I beheld with my influencer eyes a mural that looks exactly like the other murals on the wall outside.
Yeah.
It's almost exactly the same.
Yeah, except this one is only for influencers. And a lot of people on the left, because it was actually, I think, a writer over at Vice that saw it and kind of made this go viral. Yeah. And a lot of people on the left are saying, this is unfair. This isn't American. Like, we're almost upon the 4th of July. How could they? This is inequality at work. And your piece on it was kind of like, come on, guys.
Yeah, the thing about it is it's actually pretty good modern art. You know, LA has a ton of modern art. Actually, some of it's kind of interesting. And this is an artwork that's basically describing social inequalities as social media inequalities, right? We're always just posting like, oh, look how great my life is, and right. But this isn't any better. It's just all illusion. People are always taking Instagrams in front of murals. But it actually achieves what it says it's doing. It's not ironic. It's actually saying we want people with big social followings to advertise our TV show.
Yep.
Do it. And then they did it. And then everybody did it.
And they're very open and honest about it, where in other things
yeah.
they're more like kind of she. Oh, come to this she party and take a picture with this rosé.
But only so-and-so can come in.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. This, I
Invite
thought it was so funny because it was just like, hey, make us famous. Hey, you guys.
So we want to know from you guys, who is your favorite social media influencer? I would think that people like Kendall Jenner are probably pretty successful.
Jenner, Kardashian, Knowles.
So a social media influencer is a user on social media who has established credibility in a specific industry. A social media influencer has access to a large audience and can persuade others by virtue of their authenticity and reach. I think the use of authenticity there is definitely laughable.
Yeah. They keep using that word. I don't know if it means
what they think it means. Yeah. So be sure to check our poll. Well, so our Instagram poll, I am right, Michael is wrong. You already all know the answer to that. And we want to know who your favorite influencer is. So you need to message us on Instagram or comment on YouTube. Or send us a Facebook message.
Yeah,
or tweet us.
Instant Messenger.
Yeah, does anybody
good.
still use
MySpace.
AOL?
If you can read my Zanga, I explain more about The Incredibles there.
I had one, man. I should go back to see if I can still log in.
There's probably really good poetry on there from young Michael Knowles. Yeah,
oh, that'd be fascinating. That's how he wooed his wife. Anyway, that is all for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have an amazing 4th of July, and we'll see you next week.